The Canon EOS 50D comes with a 15.1 megapixel APS-C size CMOS sensor, ISO sensitivity of 100 to 3200, expandable to 12800, wide area autofocus with 9 cross-type points, 3-inch TFT LCD with 920K dots, live view with face detection live autofocus, integrated cleaning system, Canon Digit 4 processor, continuous burst mode of 6.3 frames per second, up to 90 JPEGs or 16 RAW files. The Canon EOS 50D comes with AV cable, USB cable, power cord, battery charger, rechargeable battery, instruction manual, software CD, neck strap, and of course, the EOS 50D itself. The Canon EOS 50D is a replacement of the Canon EOS 40D. And to give you a good idea of what are the changes over the 40D, we have with us an EOS 40D as well. Now, just looking at the two cameras from the front, you would find that there's very little difference other than, obviously, the model number. Looking at it from the top, again, you would find that they're very similar, with the 40D having a black mode dial, while the 50D has a silver mode dial. The layout of the buttons, the size of the top display, everything is very similar. In fact, identical. Looking at the back of the camera, again over here we have the 50D and the 40D on that side. You can see that the layout of the buttons again is identical, no differences. The screen both are 3 inches. Of course, with the 50D, the quality of the screen is much improved with 920K dots rather than the 230K on the previous models. In fact, we would expect all the latest DSLRs to come out with 920 or at least 460. Now, one thing to worth looking at is the connections. Now, while on the 40D you have the same connections on the 50D, what is missing, or at least added to the 50D, is the new HDMI connection. Everything else is identical, which includes the video out, the USB, the flash and remote. And that gives you a very good idea of the basic differences between the 40D and the 50D. While the Canon EOS 50D is very similar to the 40D, there are a few differences. One of the key ones is the Creative Auto. Instead of having 3 customized settings, we now have the Creative Auto. And turning on the camera, we now have the setting where we can set the flash, tune it so that we can either have the background blurred or sharp, the exposure darker or brighter, standard, smooth skin tones, vivid blues and greens, or monochrome images, sizes, as well as shooting modes. What this does is eliminate the worry of aperture numbers or shutter speed. This is very easy for people who are new to DSLRs. Pressing the info button, we see some general information such as red eye reduction being off, using CF card with 605 shots and the free space of 3.82 gigabytes. Pressing info again, we have the general information display. Changing the mode, obviously we'll have different information, and we can change it by pressing navigation dial and holding it, and then obviously changing either here, and then moving different selections and changing like that. The Canon EOS 50D comes with a 6.3 frames per second continuous shooting mode. While this may not be quite as fast as the 6.5 frames per second of the 40D, what it does give you is 90 JPEG image bursts on UDMA supported CF cards. On standard CF cards, you can do a continuous burst of 60 JPEGs. As mentioned before, the 50D comes with a 920K dots LCD. Now here we have an image that we can magnify, and you can see the detail that you can get in this is phenomenal. The Canon EOS 50D also offers live view similar to the 40D, but with a few extras. Similarly, entering menu mode, you need to first enable live view shooting, and then you have a choice of 3 AF mode. If we first select quick mode, we access live view differently. In the past with the 40D, you access it by pressing a button. Now you have a dedicated button that takes you to live view. Here, by pressing AF on, the quick mode quickly flips the mirror up, does the autofocus, and then drops the mirror again. Back to live view settings, and we have the live mode. Here, again similar to the 40D, it uses contrast detection, and by pressing autofocus, moving it a bit, it focuses. Takes a little longer than the quick mode. Now finally, we have live mode with face detection. This is new to the 50D. Now to make this example more realistic, we have a magazine with some faces, and you can see that it automatically tracks these faces. The speed of the autofocusing will be similar to that of live mode that we saw just now, again using contrast detection.